morning was crisp and calm as I sat in my stand I had just hung. I hadn't seen a deer for a month, and I was hoping that this morning may be different. I sat there watching the birds feed and the chipmunks and the squirrels as they scattered about. I watched a few fawns with their mother doe as they fed through the woods. A movement in front of me caught my attention, and I turned to see what it was. The sight of the tree shaking caught me off guard. When I realized it was a deer, and a buck at that, I quickly got ready. As slow as I could, I grabbed my bow and I stood up. The buck looked several times my way, but for whatever reason he did not spook. He then turned and came down the trail right in front of me. I stopped him with a grunt, and I put an arrow right behind his shoulder. As I watched that arrow buried behind that buck's shoulder, I knew that the shot was good, and I knew that he wouldn't go far. At the shot, the buck exploded through the brush, and like a heartbeat, he was gone. The woods were completely silent, and it was still once again. Looking back now, that morning was different than all the rest. I was presented with an opportunity to take a beautiful whitetail buck, and I made a quick, clean kill on him, and for that I am very gracious of what I was blessed with. It was a great hunt, and it made it worthwhile. Alright, we're about 40 yards from where I shot him. Blood's starting to pick up. It's real rich, clotted blood. It looks really good. And it looks even better because 50 yards away, I can see him laying there. Let's go have a look at him. Shot this guy at about 8:15 this morning. I was watching some does, and out of nowhere he was 15 yards away working a scrape. So I quickly grabbed my bow and I got ready. He spotted me, but he didn't know what I was. I just stood still. I held the bow in front of my face to mask my form. He looked at me several times, and he decided to circle downwind of me. Miraculously, he did not scent me, or at least did not feel alarmed, and he circled around and gave me a 12-yard shot. I put it right behind the shoulder. He ran about 80 yards, and here he lays. Beautiful animal. Like I said, these are some of my favorite broadheads, these Simmons, and look at the damage they do. They are just an incredible broadhead. They result in very fast, clean kills, and that's what I love about them. Good blood trails and good performance, and that's what we want out of our equipment. I was shooting a Timberhawk Strike. This is 51 pounds at 30 inches, and as you can tell, it is obviously a killer. It does the job well. Dear Lord, I just want to thank you for this beautiful morning. I want to thank you for all the blessings that you have gave us, dear Lord. I thank you for this beautiful animal that you have gifted to me, Lord. I pray that you'll feed my family, nourish our bodies, Lord. I thank you for all the blessings, Lord. Thank you so much. In your name I pray. Amen. What I learned that day is to never take for granted what you're blessed with. Don't give up. Persevere and push through, because you never know when today is going to be different from the rest.